in a continuation of our basics series, I'm going to talk about eyes right now. Okay, so first question usually is, what should I start with? For me, it depends on the look I'm going for. If I'm doing a dark smoky eye, I will start with the eyes because there tends to be a lot of fallout and corrections you need to do. And then I do the rest of my foundation. If I'm going for something more everyday, something simple, just a medium dark, smoky, brown eye, with maybe a little bit of eyeliner, that's totally fine. You can go ahead and do your face first and then do the eyes. As far as primer, I'm only familiar with MAC primers, so I'm going to talk to you about those. It really depends on your skin type and also your preference, also the look you're going for. So some people who have drier skin don't really need primers because the eyeshadows will stay on just the way they put them on in the morning and they don't fall off or they don't crease or anything. My lids get oily throughout the day, so I need to put a primer on. That way the eyeshadow stays on longer. It doesn't crease throughout the day. I don't have to worry about touching up or anything, and trust me, I don't want to have to worry about my eyeshadow if it stays on or not throughout the day. So primer is something that I invest in because I know it works. Depending on if I would say when buying a MAC primer, if you are normal to dry skin, I would use a Paintpot because these are a little creamier. If you have a little bit oilier skin, then I would use paints, the one that come in little metal tubes, because those are a little drier, so they will stay on better for the really oily lids. For me, throughout the year, my skin kind of changes, goes up and down, so I use both. Today I'm going to do like a simple smoky, nothing crazy, just more of an everyday look. And I'm going to start with Paintpot Soft Ochre from MAC. And I just like to apply it with my finger all over the lid. And actually go up to the brow too, but with not too much product on the top part. As far as the amount of product used on the lid, you'll find your own best amount. Sometimes too much is not good and too little is not good either. So you'll find your own layer, thickness of the layer. Oh, and I don't use any foundation or concealer underneath. I just don't find it necessary for my skin. I don't know, some people may prefer it. It's totally up to you. Then I'm going to take a flat brush with natural hair. Why is flat brush good? Because it'll apply the eyeshadow really well. You will have more color payoff and it'll stay on longer that way too, because with flat brush you pat, okay? Don't sweep because you'll lose a lot of product and it will not stay on the same way. These are also great if you want a lot, if you're using colors and if you want really strong payoff. You use flat brushes for that. So I'm gonna start on my lid with Peek at You. It's a new color from the Peacocky collection. I'm just using it because it's very natural. So I'm gonna use it on the side of the brush, not on the tip, on the side. And I'm gonna press on the eyelid up to the crease. You don't need to focus as much on the back because we're gonna smoke it out over there anyway, so unless you want the colors to mix, you don't have to go there. So just lightly. Now I'm going to take a blending brush. Something long and fluffy like this is a blending brush. MAC has a 224 and a 217. 217 will give you a little bit more defined crease because it's a little flatter and it's a little more stiffer than 224. 224 is very soft. And I want a soft crease today, so I'm going to use 224. Now for the crease colors, you want to choose a medium, kind of medium brown. Depending on what kind of look you're going for, you're going to have the lightest color for the smoky eye, you're going to have the lightest color in the lid, medium in your crease, and darkest in the outer V corner, okay? So depending on your skin tone, this for me, this is Saddle. It's pretty dark because I'm very pale, but I still like it as my crease color. So you can go for soft brown, you can go for wedge, you can go for kid, all kinds of colors, soba, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use Saddle today. And to have a crease color is a really good thing, because whatever you put on your lid, the crease color will soften that in the crease, and it will also define your crease, so the eye will look more sculpted. Okay, now as far as eye shape goes, every eye is different. We all want what we can't have. I have more of a droopy-ish lid. In 20 years it'll probably be all the way down here, but whatever. Don't fight it, just accept it and work with what you have, and find the best technique to use on your eye so that it looks the way you like. In a little bit I will show you a little chart with all different eye shapes that'll also show you where to shade the eye so that it looks flattering for the eye shape. Right now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyes. So I like to start at the end of a crease, which is, if you're not sure, just stick your brush right here, open your eye, and you'll see where your crease is. And just windshield wiper motion back and forth. You want this to be soft. It does not need to be screaming orange. Very lightly. Don't press the brush too hard. It'll blend. It just needs, blending is one of those things you need to have patience with. It's not going to happen in 2 strikes, okay? So just go back and forth, keep on going, keep on going. You don't need more product, just keep on going with what you have, okay? You can definitely see a difference. Now, for the outer corner, I'm going to use, I think I'm just going to use Smut that I have right here, which is a really dark color. Not to worry, because 224 is such a soft brush. Just take a little bit and now go a V shape, okay? So down towards the lashes and up, depending on the eye shape, okay? Sometimes if you have more pronounced lid, you only need to shade down here and it'll show the same way when you open your eye. So just go ahead and keep blending. If you want to make it darker, go in and grab a little bit more of your darkest color, whatever your darkest color is. When I was first starting out, I was never sure how far here I can go. So if you take a brush or a stick, whatever, line at the end of the nose and at the end of the eye, and this is where your eyebrow should stop. And also this line from the end of the eye towards the brow is your invisible line that you don't want to cross. If you cross that line and you shade darker down here, your eyes will look droopy, and you don't want that. It's a very not pretty look, okay? So just stay within that range. If you have more space on the eyelid, you can definitely shade more on the lid. But this is kind of the general idea we're going for. This part I make sure that it's blended really well, but it doesn't really blend perfectly until I do my highlight. And my favorite, all-time favorite highlight is Vanilla Pigment. It's magic. And my highlight brush, which is discontinued too, is called 259. It's older. It's really flat, and I love that. But what you can also use is one of those that Mac still has, and it looks like this, but it's round. I love to use that one as well. So I'll just go grab a little bit, a little more, and go underneath the tip of the brow, and just go and kind of blend it with the dark that we just shaded. And it literally blends it all. You don't really have to worry about it too much. So it's more gradient. See that? If you want it a little darker down here, you can just grab your flat brush again and go into that darker color and just apply on the lid area. And grab your blending brush and just go ahead and blend it. That way you will get the color payoff quicker than if you had to go with the blending brush in again and again and again. Now at the bottom, I like to use the color that I used to shade my eye underneath the eye as well. So it kind of pulls it all together. It's not too much on the top and nothing on the bottom that way. And you can use either 219 pointy pencil brush, you can use angled brush for that, or you can use any kind of flat brush. This was limited to 11. I'm right. And I'm gonna go in with the tip of this. It's helpful to look up and do it that way, and kind of connect with the top. So this is the difference. Now if you want to grab the same color you used on your lid, or the color you used as your highlight to highlight the inner corner of your eye, you can definitely do that. It looks very pretty. It makes your eyes look larger and brighter. So I'm just going to go into the same eyeshadow instead of vanilla. Vanilla can be too harsh for the look that I'm kind of going for right now. So I'm just going to go right inside with, oh, this is 226. It's like, it's a blending brush, but it's not as fluffy. It's more pointy. This is kind of like 224 and 219 had a baby. Okay, now if you want to go ahead and do your eyeliner, you can do that. As far as, do I use pencil or gel or liquid? It depends on the look you're going for. Like almost everything else, really. I want a little more visible liner today, so I'm going to use a liquid. But if you want a little softer, go for gel. If you want a little more smudgier, you can use pencil. Totally up to you. One thing that I forgot to talk to you about too is the textures on the eyes as far as eyeshadow goes. It's the same as on the face, so shimmer versus matte versus satin. Most of the time I focus shimmer on the lid and use something more satin or matte in the crease, because it's just the same as on the cheeks. You want to use, if you want to make something look like it's receding, you're using darker colors and you want to use matte. If you want to make something stand out, you use shimmer. That's why I use shimmer on the highlight up here, or on the highlight inside, or on the lid. So you kind of want to think textures when you're doing your eyeshadow. I'm just going to go ahead and do eyeliner. I'm not really going to talk about it too much today, but I think I will do a video on winged liner and like different kinds of liners in the future. So if you want to see it, for sure, put it in the comments below, just so I know what's the interest like, okay?